Got it.
All right. It says we're live. I'm waiting for us to see the picture and then I'll come back and I can see you.
Okay.
There
Oh.
we are. Happy Monday.
Happy Magic Monday.
And we're like really going live. You're here. I'm here. It's not a tease.
Oh, I was finishing up a call, and so we are just right on time. This is perfect timing for Magic Monday today. It must be.
It has to be because it's when it's happening, right?
What's happening?
Yeah.
We're really excited to be talking about today's topic. What is it?
We are. I'm looking for us on so I can see if anybody says hello.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I'm just not going to do it anymore because it's not coming up on my phone.
Oh yeah, well I see it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Good.
I see it. We're on.
We're
on.
Say hello when you tune in. We'll look for those. We'll look for those posts. Megan will look for them. Yeah, we're super excited. I was really excited. I was on time. Now we have a new time that's perfect. And it really is a conversation, right? So it wasn't something I wanted to put forth alone. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy I could be here finally.
Yeah, we're super happy.
Today, we are talking about the power of living only in inspiration. This week on Thursday, we have Mastery, Playing Outside of the Matrix masterclass coming. And something that we dive deep into is living in inspiration only. Only living in inspiration.
How do you do that?
How do you do that when there's responsibilities and things that have to be done?
Yeah, exactly.
If that is your question, it's so awesome that you're here because it indicates that one, that you're living in the matrix, being run by the matrix, and two, you want to know a different, better, more joyful way. And the more joyful way of living life is to know that we're in a matrix and then to choose to play by your own rules, right? To play outside of the matrix. And one of the first, most rebellious and powerful, potent ways to do that is to live an inspired life all the time, which means only doing that which inspires you. And that is what Michelle and I have grown into through all of our teachings, all of our studyings, all of our clients, all of our classes has brought us into that inspiration is the path. That is the path. That's how you know that you are co-creating with source, is when you're living in inspiration. Otherwise, you're resisting. Right? You're resisting life. If you're not in inspiration, you're in resistance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I would like to speak into that because it's been there. It can be challenging living from just inspiration, moving from that action, busyness, got to make this happen, got to get this done so this can happen. And so living from that space and then going to inspiration, it's like, come on, where's my inspiration? Where's my inspiration, right? Mm-hmm. And it's really shifting out of living from a space of the end result. Constantly living from, oh, this is what I want the end result to be. And so what am I going to do to get there? And bringing it, because that's futurizing, living in the future, the end result, and bringing the focus now to what is my inspiration in this moment? And one really good example that I've had recently living in this house is how many times I've said in the past on a rainy, thundering day, it's like, I wish I could just curl up on the sofa and listen to the storm. Well, I've done that this year. So many times it's like, oh, yay, we're having this great storm. And I made a cup of hot tea, curled up on the sofa with my blanket, listened to the thunder, and just sat there and did nothing else, and just was with the experience of the storm and the awe and the magic of it.
Yeah, yeah. And there's actually a question that came in. I think it was Renee, but now um, yes, right here. And we absolutely gotta, Renee, oh, darn it. She may have to duck out, but I want to answer her question because she said, I'm not inspired to pay bills. I'm not inspired. Paying bills does not inspire me. Neither does the doctors. And this is how you know that the matrix is running you instead of you running you, because I love paying my bills. Actually, I see it as a contribution, right? When we go to the store, this used to almost give me a heart attack. We go to the store once a week and we spend $450 paying for grocery and food. Now there's people in the lines all around talking like as I'm in there looking at, for sure I got the highest bill from me and the two people that I can hear talking about how expensive food it is and how terrible it is and this and that and this and that. And I could feel myself being like, oh yeah, it's really expensive just to feed my family. And then I went, oh, I am so grateful I get to pay for this food. I am so grateful I get to pay for this food. When it's time to pay for the house, I am so grateful that we have this beautiful home to live in. And I had this experience when we lived in a tiny 2-bedroom when I was a single mom. And this was after one of my dark nights of the soul. I had lost a business. I had lost my car. I had tens and thousands of dollars of debt. And we moved into this little apartment and the rent came due, and I was so excited that I was no longer living with my parents, sleeping on an air mattress. Instead, I was like, this is fucking bliss. I am so excited. I get to pay this. Right. And I have lived that way since then, in awe and wonder and joy and gratitude that I get to pay something. Right.
I love that because what's actually happening is that we're trusted when it comes to paying bills. We're paying for electricity we already used. We're paying. So the matrix, the players in the matrix is just trusting us, giving us the services before we pay for them. So there's a level of trust. Right. So it's this way of really looking at the truth of the experience. And I love, you mentioned a quote this morning about being in flow. And this is the exact piece of it. I think that quote is perfect right now.
Yeah. And it's something about in this great river of life, whether you are going with the flow or you are resisting, you are being taken anyway. Right now, it's said different than that, but those are two, your bliss and joy is waiting in your perception of your experience. And Renee said, I don't like going to the doctor, and maybe you're struggling with something and going to the doctor because you said you had a job, you might have to jump off and go do that. A few weeks ago, my husband went to the doctor and he had a diagnosis for melanoma. And every time that he's gone to the doctor or we have looked for other ways in which to heal his body and heal his experience, I was in gratitude. Thank you for the medical industry to have caught this now. Thank you to my dear friend who's a functional medicine practitioner who does gut health testing and is bringing him in to do that. Right? Thank you for the follow-up that he could get into the plastic surgeon right away. And so your joy is held in your perception. Could I have been like, this sucks. He has to go to the doctor again. We're so scared. What if he dies? And oh my God, then I'm going to have all the bills by myself. I'm going to have a husband. What is going to happen? Right? Instead, it was, thank you for this opportunity. And so I am creating and choosing to be the inspiration in my life. And so we only do what we're inspired to do. But guess what? Me and my husband are inspired by his health. And so he goes to his doctor's appointment on time. We've changed our diet. He is going to do his own spiritual journeys. And so we're inspired by the idea of a long, energetic, healthy life together. And that includes going to the doctor.
Yes,
So our
absolutely.
joy and inspiration is held in your perception.
Yes, absolutely. And I love that because it creates freedom. And here's another knowing that I have is that everything that comes up for us, everything that comes up is for us, right? So if this comes up, if like, oh, paying the bills, how can I look at paying the bills differently? How can I feel empowered about paying the bills? And finding the inspiration in that. How can I feel empowered about the health situation? And it's totally shifting that and being in full power over our experiences and living from that place of inspiration. Yes, you wake up early because you have babies, right? My life is a little bit different. I have a little more freedom about what time I wake up. And there's inspiration in both of those instead of resistance, like the quote that you mentioned, like we're in the flow of life. Either way, we're being carried and taken care of. Either we go with the flow or we fight it in resistance. And that's what I hear in Renee's experiences. I resist paying bills. I resist going to the doctor.
Yeah. And Renee, thank you so much for bringing that forward because it's so relatable, right? I think everyone here can be like, yeah, I can really relate to that. That's me too. How can I possibly be out of that? And what I think is also really important is that we give our real life experience of how we choose to live in inspiration. I hear so often now when clients come in and they have witnessed me only now, right? Only in this aspect, in this version of running a successful business and being happily married and seeming to have it all. I do have it all. And I have been living as though I had it all, even when I had no material possessions.
Yeah.
Right? When I didn't have clients, when I didn't have money, when what I had was very matrixy and aligned and resonated with debt, I still chose to live in this. And this is what happens after you compound and make this your way of being. So, Renee, you are one perception away from joy, bliss, and pleasure. We all are.
I love that. I love that. And it's so beautiful because, like you said, we do live in that deep appreciation for what we can't see yet, or being in deep appreciation for exactly how it is. And I wanted to bring that forward because that's how you play outside the matrix, is being in deep appreciation for what is.
What is? Yeah, and there's so much beauty in what is right here, right now. And oftentimes, this came to me talking this morning with mom. Oftentimes, we don't even see it all, right? We don't even see everything that is there for us. We only see what we're used to or what is easy for us to play into, right? Like this is where we come in with stories. And how do we choose a new story? One of joy, bliss, pleasure. For me, I didn't wait for that until the Matrix said I could have it, right? I chose to have it as a single mom with a bunch of debt and a little tiny apartment. Right there, I chose this is heaven on earth. From here on out. And since then, it has only gotten better.
Yeah.
And I know that you know, that is the same for you. And it's exactly what we're going to teach in Mastery Playing Outside of the Matrix is right here, right now. We're talking about it and you're probably thinking, yeah, that sounds great, but but then you want to be there because
Yeah.
the but is what is keeping you connected to the matrix versus, yeah, I want to be there. How?
Exactly. How do I live that now? And that's what we're going to go deep into, which is we're teaching that Thursday, 1 p.m. Pacific time. And
Yep.
Tori's going to put in the comments the registration. It's an absolutely free training where we're going to take you deep into the how of playing outside the matrix. And it's absolutely free.
Yeah. And we want you all there. If you're on this live, come. If you're catching the replay, come. If you're watching this from your email now, come to this masterclass, Mastery Playing Outside of the Matrix.
Where we get to take all of this deeper in a multitude of ways. So we look forward to seeing you there.
We look forward to seeing you.
All right, everyone. Bye for now. Thanks for
Bye
being
for now.
patient.